So friends, today I'm going to be showing you 4 Goan Monsoon sweet recipes, no oven required, and all 4 of them are eggless. So the jackfruit cake, Mandos, Dodol and Pinagr. I hope you enjoy these recipes. Hi everyone and welcome back to Akshata's recipes. Thank you so much for joining me today. So you already seen the name of the recipe, and this is made with one of my favorite fruits, some jackfruit. So I love mangoes as it is, but sometimes you have a lot of it and you don't know what to do with it. So why not make something like a cake? There's no eggs in it, there's no flour, there's no baking involved. It's super simple and it's super healthy also, because we're not using butter, we're not using oil, we're not using ghee, just very simple healthy ingredients. So let's get started with today's recipe, and also watch the video till the end because I'll give you a few tips about the recipe. So let's jump straight ahead into today's lovely recipe. guys, wasn't that really simple? Put everything into one pot and you're all ready to go. Now, a few tips about the recipe. So first of all, you can use, I'm using very fine semolina or rava, but you can also use dalia, which is broken wheat. You can use that. If you don't have either of the two, you can also supplement it with some rice flour. Just make the rice flour into a paste and then you add that. Or you can even soak Goa rice or normal rice and then make a paste of it and add that. So these are the different supplements that you can use in place of fine rava. Now if you have medium rava or thick rava, just grind it in a mixer till it becomes nice and fine for this recipe. Now other things are, there's coconut milk. So you can either make the coconut milk like I have shown you all in some of the videos, or you can even buy the ready-made coconut milk, the powder form that you get. Just put it into some hot water, whisk it, and you're ready for that. So these are all the easy ways of making this recipe really simple. Now I'm using cardamom powder. I've just taken 4 whole cardamoms, peeled them and ground them to a powder in my mortar and pestle. Or you can also use a little bit of vanilla essence if you don't have cardamom powder at home. And that's it. And steam this because it's a real healthy way of making this cake rather than baking it. Now if you don't have a steamer at home, what you need to do is you take a pressure pan or your cooker, fill it with water, put some kind of a stand. Normally you get a stand with every cooker, but otherwise you just put a steel stand, then put this the tin, a cake tin on top of it. Then you put your cooker lid and don't put the whistle, and steam this on high fire for about 30 minutes like you would with a normal steamer, that is if you don't have a steamer. So these are the few tips I just wanted to share with you, because to make this recipe easy and to supplement things. So there are many questions is, I don't have this at home, so can I use this? So I've just given you all the alternatives, but if you still have more queries, you can write to me in the comment section below. So do try out this recipe and let me know in the comment section how you like it. It is a little different in taste, but it is good. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button by hitting the thumbs up icon that you see below the video. Also don't forget to subscribe to Akshata's recipes if you haven't already. And once you have subscribed, do click on the notification bell and click on all. That way whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So thank you so much for supporting my channel by watching my videos. It means the world to me. And I'll say bye. I'll catch you soon in my next video. Sweet of Goan Mandos. Super simple, guys. So now here I've taken 1 cup of rice. I'm adding it to a bowl, and now we got to wash this rice really well thrice under water. Now I'm just showing it to you over here. So just squeeze the rice. First you'll get a very murky kind of water like this, so just discard that, and then as you wash it thrice, you'll get a much clearer water. You can use any rice. And now after I kept the water, I'm going to add 3 cups of water, and I'm going to keep it aside for at least 8 hours. Now after 8 hours, we're going to drain out all the water from the rice. Now I'm going to add, now we're also going to be requiring 1 cup of freshly grated coconut. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar and a pinch of salt. I'm going to add these ingredients to my mixer pot or mixer jar. And we're going to grind this using a little bit of water to make a nice fine paste or batter. Now I'm adding the sugar because I'm using organic jaggery. If you get your hands on Goa jaggery, there's nothing like it, then you can skip the sugar. But I'm using organic jaggery, which is not very, very sweet, so I'm adding a little bit of sugar. So if you're using the Goa jaggery, you don't need to add the sugar. Now I'm just going to add a little water at a time. So I've totally used about half a cup of water, and we're going to grind this to a very, very smooth batter. So our batter will look like this. So I'm just going to transfer this to a bowl. And then we have a few more ingredients which we need to add. So this is our batter. So now to this batter, just give it a small mix or a whisk. Now first I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cardamom powder or elaichi powder. I've just taken about 4 small elaichis and pounded them in my mortar and pestle and whisked it well into the batter. Now I'm using 1 cup of organic jaggery because it's nice and dark and also good in taste, but it's not very sweet. That's why I added the sugar. Like I said, if you're using Goa jaggery, then you can skip the sugar. Now first mix it in well. Now we want all of the jaggery to dissolve really, really well. So I'm going to get my hands in and I'm just going to, dissolve all the jaggery. And then you get this dark batter. If you're using the Goa jaggery, you'll get an even darker color. Now I'm just going to add about 1/4 cup of broken cashew nuts. Now prepare your steamer at this time and put in enough water because we're going to steam this mandos for 45 minutes. So I've taken my cake tin and I've just greased it with a little bit of clarified butter or ghee. Pour in the batter. And now I'm going to steam it for exactly 45 minutes. So see that you have a lot of water in the steamer. Keep checking. Your steamer shouldn't dry up. And after 45 minutes, your mandos is all ready. Just take it out of the steamer and set it aside to cool completely before we demold it. Let it cool for an hour at least. And after an hour, just run your knife through the edges like this. Put a plate on top of it, overturn it, just tap it down a bit. You can feel the mandos, slipping down easily. And see the cake tin is also nice and clean. And it's all ready. So now you can just cut it up into any desired shape. Generally they cut it up into long rectangles like this, which I'll show you. So use a very sharp knife and just slide it down like this and like this, and then you can just shape it up, and that's it guys. Your lovely Goan sweet is all ready to enjoy. So I hope you like this recipe. See you in my next. So let's see today's recipe. Now here I'm using about 200 grams or 1 cup and 1/4 cup of Goa jaggery, which I've just grated using a sharp knife. You can also use a grater. Now this is exactly 125 grams or 3/4 of a cup of rice flour that I've just put some water in and made a thick paste. Now this is 200 ml or just 1 cup of thick coconut milk. So we just have 3 ingredients to make this dodol. It's super simple and it's really very, very easy. So let's start, friends. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour about 3/4 of the coconut milk into the jaggery bowl, and either using a spoon you can just mix up everything, but I found using my fingers were a much better option because I could actually crush the grated jaggery very well, and I could also feel the texture, as to okay, now the jaggery is completely dissolved. Now a very important step, and please don't skip this step if you want to have a very smooth dodol dessert. Just take a sieve or a sift and just run this mixture through that. This is very important, friends, so please don't skip this sifting step. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the remaining coconut milk to this mixture and I'm going to give it a stir. Look at the lovely color of this mixture. And as you keep cooking it, it darkens and it becomes into a beautiful color. Now I'm just going to add a pinch of salt and again give it a good mix. Like I said, if you're not able to get your hands on Goa jaggery here in Mumbai, the closest thing would be to use palm sugar, which is available in most superstores or supermarkets. Now I've just taken a mold because
the normal shape of a dodol is like, a loaf. So this is my normal loaf tin that I use. And I'm just going to grease it very well with some clarified butter. You can use regular butter too, but this is also a very important step. Don't skip this step, because that way when you're demolding the dessert, it comes out really super easily. So using your fingers or a brush, just grease the mold very well. Now I'm just heating a pan on a low to medium flame, and to this I'm going to add my jaggery and coconut milk mixture. And now I'm just going to add the rice flour. Just whisk it in well, because sometimes the rice flour does tend to settle down at the bottom. So before adding it, just ensure that all of the rice flour has dissolved. If it hasn't, just add a little more water and add it in. And now, friends, all we have to do is continuously stir on a low to medium flame. Also scrape down the sides. Now here I was using a spatula, but after some time, when the liquid started spluttering all over the place, I found that a wooden spoon with a long handle is a much better option, because it doesn't get heated up. So just keep stirring. If you have a wooden ladle or a wooden spoon with a long handle, then use that. So now basically we just have to keep stirring this mixture till it thickens. Now I did put a timer on my phone, so I wanted to see how much time it actually took, for the entire process, and it took me exactly 20 minutes. So you can take the help of your family members and friends to help you in stirring. Or just listen, like I gave you a tip before in one of my Christmas recipes, just listen to your favorite podcast, or put on some music, or just chit chat with your friends and family. That makes the time really pass very, very fast. So like you see, I've switched to this to the wooden spoon with a long handle, because that way it doesn't splutter and the spoon doesn't get heated up either. So this is such a super simple recipe, just 3 ingredients, but the end result is so, so delicious. Now, at this stage, when your mixture starts to thicken, you can add a few pieces of cashew nuts, which you can chop up a bit. I somehow like the simple, plain, smooth dodol rather than having anything in it. But you can add a few pieces of cashew nuts. So now at this point, when your mixture starts thickening, you can do a water test. That is, just take about 1/4 of a teaspoon of this mixture, just put it into a cup of, room temperature water. And if it forms into a smooth ball, then you know your mixture is done. Or when your mixture just starts leaving the sides of the vessel very easily and starts thickening up, you know that your mixture is ready. So now you can see the beautiful color. After cooking it, it has really darkened to a lovely dark chocolate color. So to make your work easier, you can put a timer, so when it's like 15-20 minutes, your mixture is going to get there. And now once it's ready, all you have to do is just pour it into the greased mold. You can use a glass one like I have, or the other tin ones that are available in the market. You can use a regular bread loaf tin too. And now just using the back of a spoon, just smoothen it out a bit. And then the most important part is that you have to refrigerate it for 4 to 5 hours. You have to be patient for this dessert to completely set. And now after waiting for 5 hours, very, very patiently, we're going to demold this lovely Goan dessert. Now just run a sharp knife through the edges. That makes it, come out really, really easily, like you will see. Now using a plate, just put the plate on top of your mold in this way, and then just turn the whole thing over, and you'll see how easily it just slides over, because first of all, you've greased your tin, and secondly, you've used a sharp knife to just loosen the edges. And there it is, friends, a very traditional and authentic Goan dessert. So simple, yet so, so delicious. So now all you have to do is just take a sharp knife and cut it up into thin or thick slices as per your choice and serve it to your family and friends. It's a lovely tea time snack. You can make it for any, festivities, like even for Christmas or any other special occasion. So today we're going to make this lovely Goan sweet called Pinagr, and it is really, really simple and easy.
Hi everybody and welcome to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is really a delight and it's something which is very simple to make. So it's a super simple recipe like I said, and the end result is simply delicious. So let's just dive straight into today's recipe.
So let's start with the recipe. Now here I have about 200 grams or 1 cup of Goan Jagfruit. Now I'm just going to take a knife and I'm just going to grate it like this. You can also use a cheese grater. It's very easy to do it. It just, you can immediately grate it. It's very, very simple. Now this Goan Jagfruit is palm jaggery. So I'm using this regular cup to measure all my ingredients. So this is exactly 1 cup. And I'm also going to be using 1 cup of rice flour along with 1 cup of desiccated coconut. Now you could use fresh coconut too for this recipe. I'm also going to be using 1 teaspoon of cardamom or elaichi powder, which is freshly ground, and about a 1/4 cup of water. Now here I've just heated up a pan. And to this pan, we're going to add our Goan Jagfruit as well as the water. Now we're just going to stir this on a low flame, low to medium flame, till all of our jaggery completely melts. It doesn't take more than 2 to 3 minutes, but you have to continuously stir the mixture. Now, with regard to the rice flour, I'm using roasted rice flour, which I do get in my general store. But the other way is you just take regular rice, roast it, and then when it cools down, completely grind it and strain it. So you can do that, or if you get roasted rice flour, which is easily available in some stores, you can use that. So I'm using the roasted rice flour. So now it takes about 2 to 3 minutes for the entire mixture to smoothen up like this. Ensure that there are no lumps of the jaggery. Now once it completely dissolves, we're going to add our elaichi powder or our cardamom powder and mix it in well. Now we're going to add the desiccated coconut, or if you're using fresh coconut, it's time to add the fresh coconut, and you're going to mix it completely into the jaggery till you don't see any white specks. That means our coconut is completely mixed up with our jaggery. Now once that is done, and you find that the coconut has mixed, just add a little bit of our roasted rice flour, a little at a time. Mix everything in well till you get a nice dark brown mixture and there's no white left. Even if a little bit of white is left, it's okay, because once our mixture cools down, we are going to knead the mixture completely. So now once everything is done, just let the mixture completely cool down to room temperature, and then we're just going to knead it a bit. And what I've done is I've just taken a little bit of clarified butter or ghee on the palm of my hands, and I'm just going to knead this mixture a bit. And then I've just taken a little bit of desiccated coconut and kept it in a plate, and I'm just going to form the Pinagr shape, which is like a small croquet. So we're just going to form it like this. And now I am dipping it in or rolling it in some desiccated coconut. That is completely optional, but it looks very pretty. So just spread out the desiccated coconut a bit and then just roll it into the mixture. And then just flatten the edges a bit. And that's it. So this recipe was requested by my regular viewer and someone who's really so sweet and who really sends me lovely comments and messages, and that is Pearl D'Souza. So Pearl, you had asked me for my version of the Goan sweet called Pinagr or Pinaka. So this is it. So do try it out and let me know how you liked it. So this is what we're going to do with the rest of the dough. And with these measures of the ingredients that I've used, I got exactly 9 Pinagrs or Pinaka. It's a very easy sweet to make and it tastes simply delicious. So as far as the Goa jaggery, do let me know in Mumbai, wherever you're staying, whether you can, from where do you source your Goa jaggery? Because I got mine from Nature's Basket. It's called palm sugar. So it is Goa jaggery, because once I tasted it, I just knew, okay, this is Goa jaggery, because I have had a lot of Goa jaggery. During my childhood, whenever we used to go to Goa, my mom and dad used to always pick up Goa jaggery, and it comes in this typical pyramid form. So I got mine from Nature's Basket, but if any of you all know where in Mumbai or Bombay we can get this, then please leave it in the comment section below. It'll be really helpful for our viewers and for anyone who's really looking to use Goa jaggery. So that's it, friends. It's such an easy recipe. It hardly had any ingredients. And like I said, if you want to use the ready-made roasted rice flour, you can do that. Otherwise, just take rice, the regular rice that you use at your home, just roast it a bit in a pan, let it cool down, completely grind it, and then just sieve it. You need to sieve it, otherwise it will not come to the right consistency. So I hope you guys try out this recipe and do let me know in the comment section as to how it turned out and how you liked it. And stay tuned to Akshata's recipes. There's a lots more coming up. I have many recipes to share. So stay tuned, and of course subscribe to my channel. Once you subscribe, hit the bell, because that way whenever I put up a new recipe, you'll get a message for the same, so you won't miss out anything happening on my channel. So they formed so well that it's so easy to break it up, and it's simply delicious.